Okay, so just a quick one, folks. A few tips on prompts. This is stuff that I've kind of researched and found out. What I want to start with is these two, okay? So, first thing you can try is try and be really short with your prompts. You'll notice the ones that I've done earlier today, A War-Torn World in 2050, Cyberpunk. That's quite short, and it gave me loads of stuff. I mean, it's short in comparison to... let's come up here to a few days ago. It's short in comparison to this. Okay, it's short in comparison. But then you've also got the flip side of try being short with it and try and be over precise and give it loads of stuff. See the difference, try both, that's key. What I've found to be useful is add in a time of day. I like my cinematic stuff, and as somebody who teaches film and stuff like that, I know that cinematic stuff is shot in the morning or evening for that low golden light. So I often give it, kind of sunset or sunrise, those terms in there, or early morning or late evening. I give those times of day, and I find that's really, really useful. Another thing is give it an artist. If, for example, there's an artist I love, right? And he's called, I love his style, Simon Stalenhag. And I love his artwork. So I'll often drop in the term Simon Stalenhag because I just love his style of art. So give it, I mean, what this software is doing is all the keywords, it'll do a search, an online search. It'll look at Simon Stalenhag. Another artist I love is Quentin Blake. So he's the illustrator of the Roald Dahl books. So I love his style, so I'll often use that. Using an artist that you're inspired by or that you want to create similar work to is really, really good. So let's say you wanted to create work similar to Van Gogh. If you put Van Gogh in there, it's going to try and adapt and build that style in. I would never give it Van Gogh and Simon Stalenhag because they're quite different. But give it some artists because that's a really good thing. A few more. Put in terms like ArtStation. If you want fantasy and sci-fi, ArtStation is a platform where it's full of, that kind of stuff. So if you say trending on ArtStation, it'll have a look at what's trending on ArtStation and it'll try and recreate similar stuff. I also find... if I add rendered in Unreal Engine, that'll give it a sort of more 3D look. I'm someone who does sort of 3D modeling and all that, so I'll often add, you'll see in here, I've got Octane renderer, so I'll add that in, Corona renderer, and I mean, just look at some of the stuff in here. You could, if you're going to be specific, you could say cinematic, atmospheric, epic, concept art, matte painting. I've given it the time of day, mid-morning with blue skies, shafts of light, mist, photorealistic, all of that stuff. So artists is one. Almost also art movements. These ones I wanted to be quite... I haven't got the word abstract in there, so I did. But I wanted some of them to be quite abstract. Vector art I love. But, if you want something to be Art Nouveau or modernist, if you were to Google different art movements with examples, if you wanted something quite cubist, then that would be a way forward. If you wanted something like pop art, then, say pop art. Was there a link back here? The most famous art movements and styles. So again, avant-garde, Bauhaus, Cubism, Constructivism. Have a look at these. Are you trying to create something like this Baroque style or Bauhaus or Classicism? Use these terms because it'll look at what Constructivism is, for example. Another artist I love is Kandinsky. So if you're trying to create something similar to his work, go for it. I love Matisse as well. So if you're trying to create something sort of like this, then go for it. Artists, time of day, art styles, those are all good things to include. And just experiment. The other thing I'd recommend is go and have a look at, there's prompt stuff in here. Prompt tips. Have a look at what other people are creating. If you want to create characters and let's say, I love this one, for example. Okay, well, they're using these prompts. There's no reason why you can't copy and paste that, but add a few of your own. Maybe use that and add watercolor in there, so it's got a watercolor feel to it, or add the term Gothic, because I've just seen it down here. So it does something similar to this, but makes it Gothic. So that's it really for my prompt tips. What I'm going to do in the next session is I'm just going to give you a little bit of a class challenge, because I'm really super keen to see all the work that you guys make with this, and I want you to upload it. So in the next final session, I'm going to go through that. So cheers for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next lesson.